Have you been feeling like you're not midlifing properly? Here's what I mean by that. There's so many different influencers out there on TikTok and YouTube, and they're out there just painting this picture of midlife that you don't feel you're living. And if so, you're not alone. They make midlife look like it's a joke. They make midlife look like it's either really funny to have all these problems that we face when we hit midlife, or that there's one out there that's like that goes into Gen Xing, and this whole I could go on for hours about this whole conception about Gen X and how we're this tough generation, and we rode on dirt bikes half naked and crashed and never went to the hospital, even though we had three broken bones and our parents were never around. And well, all that may be true. That doesn't alleviate the crisis, the problems that we face in midlife with maybe we were feeling like we were tough and feeling like we were invincible, I guess is the word I'm looking for. And maybe we weren't, maybe if you're like me, everybody else seemed so carefree and you were grappling with issues having to do with resolving your identity, things that you shouldn't have had to have dealt with in the first place that other kids didn't have to deal with. And it resulted in you having to rebuild your identity and go through things other people didn't have to go through. And you felt like you had gone through it successfully. But then all of a sudden, midlife hit you smack in the face and totally upended your idea of having it together and feeling like you knew who you were. And it left you with this new challenge to overcome what that means and to face all the challenges of midlife and reevaluate your identity yet again. I think that the whole Gen X stereotype, we're so tough and everybody else is a sissy or whatever trope is going on about Gen X right now is kind of harmful to those of us who are actually looking at midlife and maybe not coping with it as well as some of these influencers that are out there. And there are different reasons for this. A lot of it can have to do with feeling like we had our identity all shored up and good to go, and midlife telling us otherwise, and feeling like I thought I knew who I was. I thought I finally had a handle on it. And now I got hit out of the blue with middle age. And I don't really know how to deal with the struggle. And for the first time, I'm scared because I'm looking at what is old age going to look like for me. It's coming toward me faster than I know it. And maybe dealing with, contrary to these influencers out there, dealing with a little bit of feeling like you're kind of not the same person anymore in midlife. You're not cool. You're not out there with purple hair, or maybe you are, but inwardly, you're feeling like not so confident, not so secure, not so happy and carefree as they make it look like it's supposed to look. You're dealing with questions of identity and security and all these other things. And if so, I want you to know that there's another class of people out there, class of women that are dealing with midlife. And I'm in that class. And that's the class that cares deeply about what midlife looks like and what life is going to look like moving forward and how we figure out how to live the best life possible today and moving forward. So if you're in this situation and you're wanting to come to some conclusions and reach some answers about how life looks, let me know in the comments. Tell me you're with me. Let's go on this journey together and we'll try to figure out the answers from here. I've been thinking about it for quite some time and started to make changes in my own life. And I can share with you what's been helpful for me. And it's a continuing process. I'm going to continue to make changes. And I think that we women who are in the situation that I've just described don't necessarily have to go it alone. We don't necessarily have to just get up, dust ourselves off, and take it on the chin and deny any kind of emotion about getting older. But we can work through it and figure out how to create meaning in our lives. And if you want to be along with me on this journey, please like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. I'm going to be exploring this concept in future videos.